So, what is up, people? I figured it's about time to do a CF video. I haven't really done one that's been dedicated to CF stuff or dedicated to some educational, experiential kind of things for other CF people. So, hopefully, I haven't lost you guys in the mix yet. But I'm going to try to do this a little bit more consistently and maybe exchange, in and out of updates versus CF stuff or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see. I would love reviews on that though, on people who think maybe I should tag different videos a different way or that sort of thing. So that would be cool. That way I can kind of cater a little bit more to everybody in general. So there's a lot of people that are wondering how I'm doing, but then there's a lot of people that I really want to encourage also because spending time in the hospitals, I get to meet a lot of other patients because I'm a little bit more of an extrovert. So I take it upon myself to go introduce myself to other rooms and stand the well-known 6 feet apart or whatever they want to say. Visiting in the doorway usually. But yeah, one thing I've learned, and that makes it really hard for us as patients with CF, is this disease makes it really hard for us to have any support system, because some of your best support system is other people who are going through the same thing. But we're told to limit that and to not get close. And that's hard because, there's struggles that we go through on either a daily basis or a monthly or annual basis that, boy, it sure be nice to talk to somebody who deals with the same crap. Sometimes it literally is the same crap that comes as side effects, from our meds. Some of the different side effects that we get, and sometimes they're different. Some person reacts differently to one side effect versus another because there's so many variables to it all. But I've learned in time, and this is some of my educational content for you younger people who are trudging through this journey with cystic fibrosis. You need to realize something is I was mentored very early on that you can choose to either let CF run your life for you, or you can choose to live a life and acknowledge CF and do what you got to do to treat it, but live a life anyway and don't let it run the show on you. That was one of the best pieces of advice I ever got. And it really shaped me to run and kind of chase my dreams a little bit, to go travel, to do those things and experience things and visit friends and family and make that a priority. That was a huge piece of advice I got. Don't let this stuff, I do like that quote in 5 Feet Apart, where she talked about that. She says, was I just living for CF or was I living and having CF, or doing my CF to live, or was I living for my CF or something to that extent? And it was really good and it was really true. Sometimes the treatments we got to deal with and do on a regular basis can be so monotonous and so tiring and so frustrating sometimes. I know, boy, the side effects from these meds are just not fun. And it's hard to deal with sometimes, but I do think that having each other, maybe in this route, whether it be through Facebook or connecting that way, that we can encourage each other, teach each other some things we've learned as we go through these CF hospitals and we learn different secrets about what secret things that are not on the listed menu, but you can order anyway. So if you ask, or different ways that you can ask your dietitians or whatever to add some features to your menu ordering options, things like that. So there's ways like that we can help each other and encourage each other. I love the food part, of course, because some of us really like food. We really need to eat a lot of it. So learning what people are doing to add calories to their meals and spruce up the hospital meals to make them better. I've been in hospitals where you can order to request. So you can add whatever you want to the pasta mix. Other ones where it's kind of like a pick and choose, this is what you get and you got to choose for tomorrow too. Kind of challenging. But some of the stuff I learned is that, sharing that with each other, helping us enjoy these stays that we get in the hospital. Oh man, you should order the ice cream cup and the giant layer chocolate cake. Oh man, that's really good. A lot of calories too. But those kind of things that we can share with each other to make these experiences as nice as possible, I guess. I don't think any of us are ever excited to spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or more in the hospital taking IVs. I know for me, one of my biggest struggles with IVs is usually I get acid reflux and diarrhea from them, and that's never fun. Like right now, I did 5 days in, and now I'm doing home IVs. I was mistreating myself at first because I was following what I saw happen at the hospital, not what they sent me home with. And I was supposed to be taking 2 instead of 1. Well, once I jumped to 2, welcome the diarrhea and acid reflux. So, not much fun. So, that was meropenem. Yeehaw. Not liking the meropenem thing. But something else I've learned, and this is personal choice, I've chosen personally to try to eat a little bit more healthy of a lifestyle. So I have given up gluten, 90% of my diet. I have also given up most of soda and most coffee. What I've learned about the human anatomy and what they do, gluten feeds inflammation in your body, and I think that's something that we are always fighting. So I thought maybe I could try that and see if it helps. For me, it has. It's gotten rid of the bloated feeling, a lot of the gas. I was gluten sensitive. I am gluten sensitive. Not allergic, but I sure don't handle it very well. One thing I've noticed since doing that even is the fact that I digest food faster, which means I can eat more and more frequently. Wheat and bread, for me, really sit in your gut for a long time and really have a hard time digesting for me. I also, because I drink a lot of water, soda dehydrates your system, along with coffee too. I do drink some coffee in the mornings usually, but only like a cup and a half. If I do. But soda really dehydrates you. And when we're trying to move mucus, being dehydrated is not helpful. So I can notice a difference by drinking my water and trying to get solid 8 glasses a day. Some days I get 5 and my mucus just seems a lot thicker. Some days I get 8 and it's a lot easier to clear. So that's some stuff I learned. It doesn't work for everybody. But if we can help each other in any way through this journey, because it's truly a journey, the Lord has put us on this earth, and this is a journey we got to deal with. The world is broken, our bodies are broken, and they're going to be. And God can heal, but He always has a greater plan than we know of. And but these bodies are broken, so we got to try to figure out how to work with them as best that we can. I wish He'd just heal me, but He's got a better plan than that, and I'm okay with that. So, and hopefully it's to help you guys. So those are a couple things I've learned. Water, get rid of soda. The gluten's helped me a lot. Like I said, it doesn't work for everybody, but I've noticed changes, and it makes it easier for me to cope with some of the struggles. One thing right now that I just clicked in last night, because I have Mycobacterium abscessus, they have me on a pretty aggressive antibiotic regimen to try to keep it at bay. And one of those drugs is called clofazimine. It's a leprosy drug for leprosy, but they found out that it works for mycobacterium. So they have me on it until transplant and probably post-transplant for a while. But one of the warnings I remember her saying was the fact that it tends to tint your fluids in your body, and it can also change your skin tone. And she says, mostly that affects girls because they get, self-conscious about their self-image and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But for me, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, and they says, but, be cautious about your hearing and your sight, and if that all changes. But I've been noticing the last couple months that, boy, I brush my teeth, but I just feel like I gotta stop drinking coffee because my teeth are like staining from the coffee. Last night I'm looking at it and I hadn't drank coffee in weeks. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And then I'm looking in the mirror and I'm thinking, how could this be? And then I remembered clofazimine can darken the fluids that your body produces, including tears and urine and other fluids, which probably includes saliva. And that color tint, that darkening of the saliva, is actually staining my teeth. So my teeth are turning brown in different areas that are not constantly being rubbed by my gums or my lips and cheeks, any of the pockets in those areas. So I haven't got a good answer for that yet. I think it's going to be more frequent dental visits for cleanings to keep the stains away. But I got a dentist in December. I went to the dentist and I'm going to go back actually this next week now that I've noticed that and now that I think I've attributed it to that, and get another cleaning and see what they have available to help protect our teeth from such ideas. So any of you on clofazimine, maybe this will help, and maybe you can be a little bit ahead of the game because I've got some pretty good staining so far, and I didn't catch it for like the last 2 months that I've been on this stuff. But now it finally clicked, I think. So hopefully that helps. Like I said, my goal in these videos is to encourage you guys and share experience and advice and hope. So you guys can do whatever you want, pursue your dreams, treat your CF as you need to, but there's things that we can do to make it a little bit more manageable. And never forget your relationships. Dive deep. Pursue the Lord, because there's victory, and He promises victory in death, even. So, so even if that comes, that can be okay. But let's enjoy what we have here and thank Him for every day. Every day I wake up, I thank Him because I could not end that day. I could not finish that day, but He allows me to so far. So He's still good. He's always good, and all good things come from Him. So, but yeah, hopefully that helps. If you guys have any other things you've learned about the meds, you can maybe add it to the post on the YouTube video or that sort of thing. Maybe I'll even add this one, I don't know, on the CF forum yet. I'm a little bit nervous to do that, but maybe some of you guys will let me know what you think. So, yeah, cool. Love you guys. Take care. Try to stay healthy. And keep on keeping on.